If you're building a business for busy millennials, you'd better believe that involves video, which is why I'd like to welcome my guest, Ryan Canfield, founder and president of Vitus Wealth Management. Ryan, you are prolific when it comes to video. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very excited to have this conversation today.
So with your target audience, why do you believe that video is a powerful tool?
You know, I feel like over the years, I've been watching a lot of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and there's a lot of influencers on there that aren't licensed. They're giving absolutely terrible advice. And I realize that they're really focusing more on, that ad revenue. They want the eyes coming into the pages so that they can collect the check from YouTube or Instagram, even Facebook. And they would just go out and say things that, wasn't necessarily true. And at the time when I first started with video, there wasn't many advisors or licensed financial advisors on video. And I saw it as an opportunity for me to be able to actually give real life advice, using my expertise. I've been an advisor since 2012. And it was just an area that nobody was really doing the right thing for.
I had the opportunity to meet you, Ryan, at Future Proof, where I got to sit down and have a conversation about what you were doing. And I can tell you, out of all the conversations I had with advisors at that conference, and that conference was packed with like 5,000 people. It was serious. Out of all of those conversations, I remember you looking across the table and saying, "What can I do better?" And I was like, "Ryan, give me a break. Like, you're amazing." And you said that your conversations at Future Proof often turn to, "Hey, you've got this great YouTube channel. Tell me how to do it from other advisors." What do you think is working best for you on YouTube?
I think it's just being consistent. It's what we tell our clients when we're investing money for them: compound, compound, compound. It's the same thing with videos. And you might not be able to pinpoint one exact video that says, "Hey, this video brought in a client." But I've found over the last couple months that I've had clients or prospects that have turned into clients because they've seen some of my videos, or they've seen some of my YouTube shorts or my Instagram reels, and they can relate to a story that I told, or they like how I present a concept. But it wasn't just, "Hey, I watched your video on, 4 money leaks to plug." It was kind of like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, because there's oftentimes a lot of touch points with a YouTube channel like this, with all the ways you're using video. They've probably seen you multiple times by the time they get to that first actual in-person conversation with you. But if you go to Ryan's YouTube channel, which the link is in the show notes, and click on, like, for example, one of these most recent videos you did was Buy Back Your Time. This is a master class in how to deliver great value to your target audience. So another advisor out there watching this thinking, "Wow, Ryan has his shit together. Like, this is tight. Like, this looks amazing." Like, give us a little bit of a lift the curtain. Tell us a little bit about your process for making this all happen.
I'm a perfectionist. Like, I tend to overthink everything, and I won't execute something unless I'm like, "Hey, this is 100% fantastic," which was basically shooting myself in the foot, I found. So I've taken a step back and I said, let's simplify this, and I mentioned earlier, most of my content comes from conversations with clients or prospects or neighbors or friends or family. And I keep a running list in my phone of content ideas. And I utilize ChatGPT to help get me, I would say, maybe 75, 80% of the way there. But I have a prompt and I have enough content out there that that ChatGPT can almost speak like exactly like me. So whether it's, hey, I had this idea that here's the video that I want to shoot. I start with the title. Once I have the title, then the script's easy to come up with. And I have that format down packed where, I love storytelling, coming up with the hook and stuff, because that's almost, I would argue, saying the hook's almost the most important part of the video. Sometimes I use Jump AI to record my meetings. I'll take the transcripts from Jump AI, take out all of the personal information, drop that into ChatGPT and say, hey, here's my most recent client meeting that I had. Is there any parts of this that would make a great YouTube short or a long form video? And it'll spit out 3 or 4 different ideas. And there's maybe 2 video ideas out of that. And then it just becomes a matter, like, I'm in my YouTube area right now. This is my office. I have a teleprompter in front of me, and I've gotten so good at not necessarily reading a script, but having a script there to kind of be like my guardrails. And like, this camera is designated strictly for Zoom videos, YouTube, recording content. It doesn't move. And it just makes my life so much easier, because then I don't have to worry about setting up all the different type of equipment. I press record, I record the video, and then I can breathe.
So when we sat down together at Future Proof, you leaned across the table and you said, I feel like my videos aren't working as well as they used to. And part of it is the flood of content out there, right? A lot of people face on camera telling us something. As the audience and the algorithms are evolving to entertainment, like, especially the audience, like, what are you going to do that's going to maybe deliver some value, but also keep me watching? And it is harder to come up with that content. It is kind of next level when it comes to shooting it and cutting it. But that's sort of the realm you're moving into with your Instagram page, right? Tell me a little bit more about the idea.
Yeah. And again, like, stepping out of the comfort zone, like right here, I'm comfortable. Like, I'm used to this. I have these wild ideas for some certain videos that are more entertaining. Not so much a talking head video, but maybe I'm outside cutting my grass and I'm pushing the lawnmower, and I shove the lawnmower and it just goes rolling maybe into the fence or something. And I turn to the camera and I say, nobody wants to be doing this, and like, I think that opening scene of me pushing the lawnmower might grab somebody's attention and be like, hey, like, I wonder what this is about. I've talked to people that are like, get outside, get outside, get outside. I've recorded some videos walking, which I find a little uncomfortable, because, I'm like, well, what if somebody drives by and I'm outside walking down the street with my phone up like this? It's awkward, but I've kind of got that mindset of, in today's day and age, if somebody, like, nobody's going to be like, hey, what's this guy doing? Like, look at this guy. I feel like so many people are recording vlogs and videos, especially the younger generation, that I just need to not worry about what other people think. I have this vision for my firm and for my practice, and I know that video is going to be probably the driving force for my business growth. It's been very evident over the last year or so that what I'm doing is working a little bit, and I'm starting to see that the rubber hit the road, I guess you could say. And I think those more entertaining videos are going to be the next step.
Well, Ryan, I can't wait to see where you take this. I can totally relate to you. I think that 5 years ago, if you were walking through an airport or walking down the street in your neighborhood or downtown and recording yourself, people might have stopped and looked, but we have entered an age where it's just not that uncommon. So get over it, get entertaining, do the things that are outside the box. And remember that if Ryan can do it, you can do it too. And if you need a little help building authority and growing your practice with video, that is what we do at Idea Decanter.